Okay. There we go. Alright. This is week number 6 on Prairie vs. Sheboygan South. First two bans, Pantheon and Aphelios. Aphelios is kind of a weird ban in my opinion. I'm not too sure what these players are comfortable with. I've only seen some Prairie play recently. But next ban, Maokai. Pantheon, Maokai, both very good supports, junglers. They could even play top. Very flexible picks, so it's understandable why they would ban them.
No cure for fools.
Next ban, Yasuo. Yasuo seems to have been pretty popular recently. Lilia is instantly banned. Probably targeting jungle, it seems like.
I do not tolerate cowardice.
Darius banned. Okay. First pick is on the side of Sheboygan South. I'm gonna lock in Wukong. Wukong, very strong champion. I don't know if they adjusted him at all for the patch today. Sun Prairie pick Vi and Aatrox, both very strong champions right now. A point I like to bring up about the Aatrox is I feel like healing lately has been meta for top lane. Less and less characters who are strong with items want to build anti-heal. Hovering the Nocturne, so they might be flexing this Wukong somewhere else. Yeah. Gonna lock in Nocturne, so it's gonna be Nocturne jungle, probably Wukong top for Sheboygan South. What's also worth mentioning is today was a patch day, and the software I usually use for the stream for like some of the overlays, it likes to break on patch days. So stream will look a little bit different, and I will lock in Thresh for Sheboygan South. Hovering Xayah. Yep, I will lock in Xayah. Xayah is one of the best ADCs to blind pick in my opinion. There's not much counter pick to her. She's pretty decent against Thresh, can space him very easily. I'm now going into second round and ban a Kali. Sheboygan South will ban Yone. Yone is very strong right now. I don't know if they changed him in the patch, but he's a very strong champion for top and mid. There might be... Nope, never mind. There's no audio issues so far.
Not a problem.
And Sun Prairie will ban Misfortune. I feel like Misfortune's a little bit weaker now. A lot of the items she likes to build, like Collector, have recently been nerfed. So I feel like she's fairly weak, but still a good pick at times. And Sheboygan South will ban Rakan. Rakan goes extremely well with Xayah, that's their whole thing. So it's understandable why they would ban that. Sun Prairie gonna lock in Janna. Janna is one of the best supports in the game right now. I feel like healing, like I was bringing up earlier with Aatrox, is very strong. Even in, like, outside of the top lane, I feel like it's extremely strong. Plus Janna has hard CC, good poke, good disengage with her ult. Janna's a very good pick. And Sheboygan South's gonna lock in Jinx. And Katarina for the mid lane, it seems like. Hovering Cat. We'll see what they do. Should be better. Blind picking Katarina can be dangerous. Seems like that's what they're gonna do. Yep. Katarina, very good assassin. Gonna insta-lock. Cover Galio. That's surprising. Galio is typically played more into the, like, control mage type of characters. He's really good into characters like Syndra, Nico, Ahri. So yeah, it seems like it's gonna be Wukong versus Aatrox top lane. That matchup, I definitely think Aatrox has the upper edge. Wukong can fight back early game and when he hits 6, but I feel like Aatrox is just too strong of a champion. Nocturne versus Vi jungle, I think we've actually seen this before on the streams for the last few weeks. Um, both junglers are very strong. I feel like Vi has a slight edge though, just because her power early game is a lot higher than Nocturne's. Even though Nocturne's scaling is probably better than Vi's. Mid lane, it is gonna be Galio versus Katarina. I favor Katarina here. She can get on top of Galio very easily and stop Galio's E back. And now we're gonna wait for spectator delay. I'll keep discussing some of the lanes. Jinx Thresh versus Xayah Janna. Both lanes are very strong. Xayah Janna, I feel like, has more threat early game than Jinx Thresh. Jinx early game doesn't have as much threat as most other ADCs. So I feel like both drafts are very good. I feel like it's a very even matchup. So I will be back once the spectator delay is done. Okay. And we are in the game. Like I was saying in the draft, the overlay system I usually use that would show like the team names up here, it's not working right now. It should work next week, but no guarantees. Let me move these to where they're supposed to be. I assume it's gonna be Galio mid, Aatrox top. It looks like it. Sheboygan South looking to invade blue side. Vi is. No, they might catch Vi. Don't think they have vision. Yeah, they does not seem like they have vision. Vi was just out of their vision. Sorry. Okay, that should be better. Yep. Yep, it's just gonna be normal starts to everything. Bot lane's gonna leash bot side. Probably gonna do full clear for its top lane. Yep, it is Aatrox top, Galio mid. The lanes I expect to see the most aggression out of early is mostly top lane, I would say. There could also be some good skirmishes in the jungle. But that obviously depends on the jungler's pathing. Galio getting some hard shove against the cat. Kind of surprising. Usually cat is fairly good into Galio. Lane's gonna be a little bit of skirmish. Not much is gonna happen. Top lane, Aatrox hits 2 first. Is the first perfect. Wukong's now 2. Looks like they're both just gonna back off and farm though. Not much kill threat that can happen with the way the wave is currently. Nocturne looking mid. Galio is pretty close to his tower. I'm gonna try to block him off. Galio hits the W to taunt the Nocturne. Nothing will happen. Nocturne looking to go for an invade on Vi's Raptors. Vi is right there. Zarya, the Vi, will just back off, go back to the red. Looks like Nocturne might want to fight for it. No, he's just going back bot side. Yep. Yeah, he's just going back to his blue. Something also I noticed is some of the runes bot lane from the supports. Both these supports can run multiple like primary keystones, but both of them have the ones I wasn't expecting. Usually on Janna, I feel like Summon Aerie is the best, just because of the extra healing from the ult and the E. But they did decide to go Arcane Comet for the extra poke, and Thresh decided to go Glacial Augment, even though I'm fairly certain that Aftershock is better because of the Q recast. But just interesting to note how they're kind of adapting to how the other team is going to play. Back mid lane, Galio is getting very good shove onto the cat. Galio has about 10 CS up on Katarina. Thinking about roaming, does not seem like much is going to happen. See bot lane, Vi going in. Jinx forced to pop ghost. Vi flashes at Jinx. Jinx has to flash away. Thresh hits the hook on the tower onto the Xayah. I can't even speak. Thresh with a very good hook onto the Xayah. With no minions at the tower, Xayah was just too far up. Very, very well played by Thresh. Makes a trade that looks like it wouldn't be worth for Sheboygan South. Worth it. Top lane. I see big wave pushing onto Aatrox's tower. Aatrox is also down a fairly good amount of CS. Wasn't quite what I was expecting in this matchup, but I have not been looking top lane very much. Probably not as much as I should have been. Wukong's gonna back. It's gonna give Aatrox a little bit of room to breathe up here. Gonna just try to freeze it. Mid, Galio still shoving pretty well into the Katarina. Not quite 6. Can't really roam. He's just gonna back. Out of mana. Nocturne is gonna walk up and just stop his back. Nothing else that Nocturne can really do. Bot lane. Looks like there's gonna be a setup on drag. Nocturne's gonna start it. Jinx and Thresh are going to pull up the health. Top lane, Aatrox at 6, full conk stacks, but nothing's gonna happen. Wukong clone. A little bit too strong. Now we're seeing bot. Seems like some Prairie did know, but it was just a little too late. Plus, the Vi is topside, taking the Void Grubs right now. 1-for-1 trade and objectives. I like it. I feel like it's not too detrimental no matter which one you get. In this case, it is a Hex Tech drag, which is very good for all of the side of Sheboygan. But now, roams up, gonna happen. Vi already kills the Void Grubs though. Galio gonna look to find an engage. Yeah, just gonna dash away. Nothing's gonna happen out of that. Vi does secure all 3 of the first grubs. Bot lane, this Jinx is doing very well into the Xayah. Early game Jinx isn't usually the strongest, but I feel like paired with a Thresh or any kind of support that can do a decent bit of damage and heal, like Thresh. Well, I guess Thresh shields, but still. Thresh Jinx, very devastating early game, especially when you hit the hooks like the Thresh has been doing. Very impressive stuff. There's still some hope left for the Xayah though. Doesn't look like anything's gonna happen. I'm looking down bot lane. The Thresh isn't there right now. But Sheboygan has vision. No gank's gonna happen. Thresh trying to roam up to mid. It's kind of hard to catch the Galio. Galio is forced to pop Ghost though, so at least there's one spell burnt. So makes the roam pretty worth. Looks like Galio is getting caught in an awkward place. Just gonna E away. Thresh with a beautiful hook. Onto Galio. Galio forced to flash. Channels the W, hits the Katarina, but Nocturne's gonna flash in onto him. Another flash by the Katarina secures the kill on Galio. Very, very well played. And very good hook from the Thresh. Very impressive. Still, 2 flashes were burnt from Sheboygan South, so it's not quite a perfect trade. Still a little bit from Sun Prairie. Yeah, no objectives are up very soon. Sorry, it's a little more difficult to... Oh, top lane. Gonna be a big brawl. Both have full Kong stacks, and Wukong just wins. Out heals the Aatrox. And Aatrox looks like he was forced to flash. Gonna look again. Aatrox missing the Q3. That's very unfortunate for the Aatrox. It happens though, it happens. Wukong just out healed him. Not very much Aatrox could have done. I'm gonna have level 6s coming up from bot lane. Yeah, they're gonna hit the taunt and passive auto onto the Katarina. Katarina's gonna try to all in. Galio cancels her ult with his E. Does not look like Galio can really do anything. Katarina just goes in and assassinates him. Not how I was expecting this matchup to go. Aatrox and Wukong, top lane. A little bit of a trade. Nothing much happens. Bot lane, more shove is going towards the side. Ooh. Stop. More brawls. I feel like this Wukong strat, with them first picking Wukong, and then, or sorry, Sheboygan first picked Wukong, and then Sun Prairie just insta-locked Aatrox. It's kind of a blind pick, but I feel like Wukong might be good into Aatrox. I have not played very much Wukong. I've played a decent bit of Aatrox, but I've never played this matchup personally. Wukong's gonna go back in. Aatrox is gonna try to knock out the Wukong with his perfects, but not much that Aatrox can do. Aatrox even pops ulti. He just can't out-heal him. And Vi is gonna pull up top lane just to get the minions off the tower of Sun Prairie. Maybe he's gonna find it, engage onto the Wukong. Does not look like it. Nocturne is on the Void Grubs. Gonna take 3. That's 3 for each side. Or he might not take 3, but it does not look like Vi wants to contest. So 3 from each side. There will be no grubs on towers, which is very nice. It doesn't look like either one of these teams really wants to split push that much. Maybe with like Galio they could split push, but not much of that's going to be happening. It's a very big team fight heavy lineup from both teams. Hook onto the Janna. E out. Thresh pops ulti. Donna getting very low. Nocturne ult is popped, and Vi ults onto the Jinx. Sorry, Vi ults onto the Jinx. Jinx does kill Janna right before she dies though. Vi is gonna try to get as much damage as she can. Nocturne is here now. And with the damage from Xayah, Nocturne actually doing a lot more damage than I expected. Gonna maybe assassinate Vi or Xayah. Forces Xayah to ult. Galio ults in. Seems like the fight was a little bit too late. And did Vi just die to a Jinx rocket? I believe that is what happened. Sorry, that might be a little too far back. Vi does die to Jinx rocket. Very good snipe. Forces some rotations though. It's a good team fight, good brawl. Gets Sun Prairie onto the board. Gives a kill to the Vi. Vi, very, very strong character. And Sheboygan will get the Chemtech Drag. Looks like, yep, Cloud Soul. Cloud Soul is an interesting one for both teams. I don't really know how to feel about it. I think they would have rather had other souls. Wukong's just gonna all in the Aatrox. Aatrox is forced to pop ulti, but he can't do anything. He's just knocked up and he cannot hit his perfects. It is just a rough matchup up top. Let's see if there's something Aatrox can do to salvage the game, or at least the lane. Both junglers are showing bot side. Xayah will get hooked in by the Thresh. Thresh has ultimate. Xayah does not. Can't get out of this one. Donna is gonna try to do anything she can. But the tower dive from the Nocturne and Jinx will kill the Janna and the Xayah again. And Galio. It's a risky play going in by himself. Forced to flash away. Galio is going to try to tower dive to Thresh. Thresh does hit a good hook, can't quite beat the Galio back into tower range, but Nocturne is on his way down, no ulti up. Doesn't look like they're going to be able to catch the Galio regardless. And it looks like topside, Sun Prairie wants to fight for this Herald. Sun Prairie down in objectives, this Herald would help quite a bit, but Sheboygan, they do know they're going to contest with the Wukong showing. Wukong going in, hitting a big spin, knocking almost all of them up, and Jinx in the backline just doing so much damage. Katarina also just doing so much burst damage. Sun Prairie just explode. 7k gold lead for Sheboygan South. Galio's gonna, Thresh is gonna miss the hook on a Galio. Galio's gonna try to brawl with the Thresh a little bit. Not very much that he can do. Jinx. This Jinx is going to be extremely scary. 3-1 in 5. It's going to be a rough one. That's for sure. Taking the tower extremely fast. Wukong already onto the tier 2. 15 minutes into the game. Won't be able to get it with a significant amount of progress. And Jinx will get the tier 1 mid. Big lead for Sheboygan South. Sun Prairie do have ways back into the game though. First items coming online from both teams. Galio's gonna try to engage bot lane. Vi is backing him up. Nocturne gonna ult in mid lane. Just two very random kind of skirmishes going on in some of the lanes. Thresh pops ult but can't really do anything with it. I don't know if he had vision of the Janna there. But now both teams it seem like they want to group mid. Galio does have ult. He can ult into this fight whenever. But honestly, it doesn't seem like some Prairie is too interested in fighting. It seems like they kind of just want to set up vision control and try to farm their way back into this game. But Sheboygan South is gonna invade. Smites away the Raptors. Janna gonna get caught by the Thresh again. Jinx rocket. It's gonna buy Janna a little more time with her ult. And Katarina down bot. Solo bolas a Galio. Now, Sheboygan South working on the tier 2 mid. Thresh hits the hook on a Xayah and just goes in on it. Thresh knows his strength right now and knows that his team is right there with him. Vi is here to contest the taking of the tower, but seems like Jinx isn't really too worried about her. Another kill is going to happen onto the Aatrox top lane. This is a very hard matchup top lane. I don't think they expected it to be a Wukong top. I think they expected it to be Wukong jungle. This may have caught them off guard a little bit. But this Wukong playing unbelievably well. Galio is gonna hit the combo onto Katarina, taunts her up. And Jinx gonna try to do a little bit of damage to Janna. And Jinx does get tier 2 mid. Seems like, yeah, she got solo XP and gold from it. That's 700 gold for the Jinx. Jinx can probably... I am not sure which one. It seems like there was an issue. Yeah, there was. Yeah, I am so sorry. I have no idea what just happened. It just kicked me out of the game right away. Not sure what to do about that. Okay. Yeah, it doesn't look like I can get back into the game to see what happened. I do apologize. I have no idea what just happened. That's never happened before. But what I can look at real quick is if the scores have been reported or if this is just an issue like with League. It could very well have been. I'm really not sure. Yeah, okay, so the game is done. There is a score reporting. It's not... Let me show it. Okay, here we are.